Hi guys, Sox fan number 1 here, and if you thought Tuesday was wild, Wednesday night has just said, hold my beer. While we're still fuming about that Norwich result, the rest of the Premier League was busy throwing up some of the most ridiculous scorelines we've seen all season. We had a 5-goal thriller at Selhurst Park, a defensive masterclass or a finishing disaster at the City Ground, and a huge result at the Stadium of Light that ended a season-long unbeaten record. Let's dive into it. We have to start at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace 2, Burnley 3. For 33 minutes, this was the Jorgen Strand Larsen show. He scored twice in his home debut, and Palace were cruising. Then, the madness started. Between the 40th minute and stoppage time, Burnley scored 3 times in 7 minutes. Hannibal Mejbri, Jason Anthony, and a Jefferson Lerma own goal turned the game on its head before the half-time whistle even blew. Palace threw everything at them in the second half, but Burnley held on for their first win in 17 games. Scott Parker's men are still 9 points from safety, but that is a result that could change their entire season. Next, the most frustrating game of the night. Forest 0, Wolves 0. Sean Dyche's Forest had 35 shots. 35! That's the most by any team without scoring in a decade. Morgan Gibbs-White hit the side netting, Lorenzo Luca blazed over from 6 yards, and Jose Sartre in his prime Lev Yashin making a ridiculous double save to deny Igor Jesus and Morato late on. Wolves almost snatched it at the death through Mateus Mane, but it ended goalless. For Forest, it's 2 points drop that they might seriously regret come May. Over at the Etihad, it was business as usual. Manchester City 3, Fulham 0. The big news here, Erling Haaland finally ended his 8-game drought for a non-penalty goal, drilling one home in the 39th minute. City were 3-0 up by half-time thanks to Antoine Semenyo and the youngster Nico O'Reilly, who was quickly becoming the breakout star of the season. Pep Guardiola even took Haaland off at half-time to rest him. City are now just 3 points behind Arsenal at the top. Fulham's hoodoo continues. That's 17 losses in a row against City now. Absolute dominance. Quick fire on the other two. Aston Villa 1, Brighton 0. A real cagey one. Tyrone Mings marks his 200th appearance by forcing an own goal off Jack Hinchelwood in the 86th minute. Villa back to winning ways. Brighton's poor run continues. Stadium of Light was the only ground in England where the home side hadn't lost this season, until last night. Virgil van Dijk rose highest from a corner in the 61st minute to seal a 1-0 win for Arne Slot's Reds. It keeps their top 4 hopes alive, but the injury to Wataru Endo will be a massive concern. Burnley are back in the fight, City are chasing down Arsenal, and Spurs are still looking for a manager. It is absolute chaos out there. We've got the FA Cup against Sunderland on Sunday. After seeing Liverpool only narrowly win against them last night, we know exactly how tough that's going to be. What was the result of the night for you? Let me know in the comments, hit the like, subscribe, and as always, come on you U's!